All right, tonight we're doing something a little different. We're not just looking at the news, we're declassifying it. We've got our hands on 6 top secret files straight from 2026, and they lay out the tech that's about to completely change, well, everything. You ready? Let's crack open the first one.
So yeah, over the next few minutes, we're opening up 6 files. We're talking truly autonomous AI, some absolutely wild next-gen hardware, and, get this, a security meltdown that could take down the entire smart home world as we know it. Okay, file number 1. Let's jump right in. We're talking about OpenAI's GPT 5.5. And listen, you gotta understand, this is not just another little update. No. The intel we have is calling this a full-blown revolution. We're talking about the world's first true AI operating system.
So, what in the world is an AIOS? Well, forget everything you know about just chatting with an AI. This is different. There's this new feature called computer use, and it lets GPT 5.5, well, literally take the driver's seat. I'm talking it can move your mouse, type on your keyboard, open and close apps. Basically, it can handle complex stuff like, I don't know, doing your taxes for you completely on its own. And here's the kicker. It's not just a gimmick. It's incredibly good at it. Just look at this terminal bench score. Now, what is that? It's basically a test to see how well an AI can use the command line, the text-based stuff that developers live in. Hitting a score of almost 83%, that's insane. It means this AI can operate a computer like a seasoned pro, doing crazy complex things that go way beyond just clicking a few buttons. But, of course, there's a catch, a huge one. How does it know what it's doing? Well, it takes 10 screenshots of your desktop every single second. Let that sink in. While it's being your super helpful assistant, it's also watching everything you do. This kind of deep, constant access to your whole system, honestly, it might be the single biggest security nightmare we've ever seen packed into a piece of software you can just go out and buy.
So an AI that can run your computer is one thing, but what's it gonna run on? You need some serious hardware for that. And that, my friends, brings us to our next set of files. We've got some massive leaks here from 3 of the biggest players in the game. First up, Sony. The word is they're skipping the whole PS5 Pro idea and jumping straight to the PlayStation 6. And check out this timeline. It's happening way sooner than you'd think. The architecture gets revealed in August 2026, and the global launch is just a little over a year after that. We are literally on the doorstep of the 10th generation of consoles. Wild. So what's the big deal with the PS6? It's not just about prettier graphics, it's about brains. It's got a dedicated neural processing unit, an NPU, and its whole job is to make the characters in the game, the NPCs, feel real. We're talking about having actual dynamic conversations with them. You say something, they respond with something totally new, something that's not from a script. This is it, folks. This is the end of hearing that same line of dialogue 100 times. Goodbye forever. Okay, next file. This one's about Samsung, and they're apparently about to pull off a magic trick. The Galaxy Z Fold 8 is coming, and the leak says it's got a crazy 200-megapixel camera that's completely hidden under the main display, totally invisible. I mean, just look at the jump here. The last one had a 12-megapixel camera that you could kind of see if you looked closely. Now, a 200-megapixel monster that's 100% invisible. And somehow, while doing that, they made the whole phone even thinner. It's going to be the skinniest foldable you can get that still has a pen. That's just a massive engineering flex. All right, our last hardware file is a big one. It's NVIDIA. Their new RTX 6000 series, based on this Rubin architecture, it's just a monster. We're talking a 400%, that's a 4.5 times improvement in ray tracing. The tech that makes lighting and reflections in games look just like real life. So how are they doing it? The secret sauce is something called DLSS 5.0, and this is a game changer. It's not just making the picture look sharper anymore. No, it uses AI for something called neural rendering. What that means is the AI can literally invent details and objects that the game never even drew in the first place. Think about that. With power like this, the line between what's real and what's a computer graphic, it's just gone. So all this new tech is amazing, right? Absolutely incredible. But here's where we take a turn. When you connect all this stuff, your new console, your new phone, your superpowered PC, you're building this giant, powerful network. And that network has huge potential. And as our next file shows, a huge, terrifying vulnerability. This is where we see how your smart home can actually be turned into a weapon against you. Look at this number,
3,450,000. And that's a low estimate. That's how many smart home devices, we're talking your lights, your door locks, your thermostat, have been hijacked by one single piece of malware. 3.5 million devices, and the number is still climbing. So what's doing this? It's a botnet they're calling Matter Reaper. That just means it's a giant army of infected gadgets all controlled by one bad actor. And the irony here, it's just brutal. It's attacking a weakness in Matter. You know, the big protocol from Apple, Google, and Amazon that was supposed to be the one thing that made all our smart devices finally secure and easy to use. The one thing we were all supposed to trust became the one thing that let the bad guys in. And as you can imagine, the fallout has been an absolute disaster for public trust. That whole dream of the perfect, seamless smart home, it's been replaced by a nightmare. People are terrified, and frankly, who can blame them? So what are you supposed to do? The advice from the inspector is simple and urgent. Step 1, unplug any Matter device from your main Wi-Fi right now. Step 2, if you can, put them on their own little isolated network, a VLAN. That way, if they're infected, they can't spread it to your phone or your computer. And step 3, just wait. Don't even think about plugging them back in until the companies release an emergency security update. And that brings us to the big picture, doesn't it? We've basically looked at two sides of the exact same coin tonight. On one side, you have this mind-blowing, world-changing technology, and on the other, you have these massive, terrifying risks. So it really makes you wonder, are any of us actually ready for this? There's a line in the source material that just nails it. It says technology without awareness is a race car with no brakes. And that's perfect, right? All this power, this incredible speed, it's exciting. But if we don't understand the dangers, if we're not aware, we're just flying down a highway with no way to slow down. So let's recap. We've seen how this autonomous AI, these reality-bending graphics, this revolutionary hardware, it's all connected. But we've also seen that the connection itself is the danger. It's what allows for something like the smart home crisis to happen in the first place. Every single file we open tonight is just one piece of a much, much bigger story. So at the end of the day, as all this stuff becomes real, the choice really comes down to you. Are you just going to be a passive consumer, just buying the next new thing without thinking about it? Or are you going to be an aware user, someone who actually takes a minute to understand what's going on behind the curtain? I'm going to leave you with one last thing, a direct quote from the inspector's notes. It says, "The future is no longer something we wait for. It is happening now." And that's the truth. This isn't science fiction anymore. It's being built right now with every new chip and every line of code. The only question left is, what role are you going to play in it all? Stay aware.